And a good Sunday evening, everybody. It is Zoom Racing League Division 2 coverage from Portimao in Portugal. This is the Division 2 series, and we have a great race in store for you tonight. One of the driver's favorite tracks, if you can keep it on and avoid the invalid laps and the off-track penalties, up and down roller coaster. It is a blast to drive. Let's take a look at the track map. It is 2.891 miles around, 15 turns, 2 DRS zones, including that long front straightaway, which leads into turn 1, which is very fast, very tight. It does cause quite a few incidents throughout this race. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is Ras. How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Yeah, well,
just looking at the track. There's no rain expected, is there, for qualifying?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell, but we're going to get in and we'll see it. And it looks like it's dry so far. Let's go ahead and jump into qualifying here and see what we got on the stage tonight. Of course, the Division 1 boys are... Oops, my hotkeys aren't working. Stand by. Let me do this the old-fashioned way. There we go. Sorry about that. Whoops, something ain't right. Hang on. There we go. Got it sorted out finally. So we're in qualifying. It's Q1. Of course, we've got 20 minutes to let these boys get the fastest lap they can to set the grid for the race. Currently looking at Buzzgod in the Aston Martin as he flies around turns 1, 2, up to turn number 3. Up the turn 4, down this first DRS zone here, which heads into the hairpin down at turn 5. Then you go back up the hill through turn 6, 7, and probably one of the most notorious turns on the course, turn 8. The biggest challenge for these drivers here is just to keep the back end in check. You see, he had a little bit of oversteer there on the exit.
He did. It's probably my worst corner.
It's just hard because you've got the elevation going up. You want to get back on the throttle as quick as you can. There's a little crest right there too, and I think it kind of falls away from you. And if you don't get that right, even with traction control, if these drivers are running with that, it still wants to jump out on you. Looks like
100%.
It looks like Buzzgod's actually got a pretty good lap putting together here. This looks pretty clean all the way around, going through the long sweeper, turn 15, back up the hill. Let's see what kind of time he's going to put on the board. He's going to go 118.6. That's good enough for 10th. Right now, your provisional pole runner is Razor in the McLaren doing a 17.2.
Cool.
But Lenny just jumped him with an even better 17.2 in the Haas. So we got action all around this track. Looks like pretty much everybody's on the track at the moment. Here comes the Williams of Mr. Sanguda. He's going to set his time. He's going to do actually, I think that was must have had an off there or something because he didn't really improve, but he's still on it.
Siggy with a 118.5. Watched him yesterday. I thought he did pretty well. There was a few issues, I weren't there.
Yeah, Siggy, veteran driver in Zoom Racing League in the Alpine. We know he's fast too. You see, he actually did a run on the medium tires there. Didn't get a lot of pace out of him, only an 18.5. He's got to improve by over a second there to get toward the front. But he can definitely do it. Let's see if we can pick up who's on track next. Let's see what Ethan Patel's up to here. He's starting a fly. No, he just finished a lap actually. He's running P4 with a 17.5. Look at the gaps right now. I mean, it's pretty tight amongst the top 10 drivers, all within a second of each other.
Really competitive from my personal perspective. Only 2 seconds into it. Could go anyone's way.
Yeah, we've still got 12 minutes to go, and you know, one thing about Zoom Racing Leagues, we do have 3 divisions here. Division 3 tend to be kind of the place where you kind of get in and prove your speed, prove your pace, prove your racecraft, and then you get promoted up either Division 2 or Division 1. Of course, Division 1 kicks off tonight at about 10 o'clock Eastern time, so in about a little less than 2 hours. And it's talking about pace and just the spread across the field. I mean, that's where the drivers are super tight just because they're all very fast. But Division 2 gets quite a bit of action here as well.
There's been no DNFs right now.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's still in it.
Fair play to them.
Everybody's
watching last night. Quite a few people at DNF on qualifying.
It's not a hard track to DNF on. I mean, it really is a driver's track to me. It's open, it's forgiving. And there's a first retirement. MVA out of the session, and looks like he may have actually just retired in the pits. Yeah, he's not on track. So, but I was saying, it's a flowing track. It feels like you're actually kind of like, working the car and pushing it to the limit. But the reason it's so bad, though, is if you do make a mistake and you slide off the track and you, let's say you slide across some of that generous runoff, the game can sometimes get confused by that and give you some penalties for cutting corners, or in some cases even disqualification. We've seen that quite a few times. I think even last night we had one of those. I know it happened to me last year in this race when I was running D2 last year. I got going into this hairpin, actually, where Snoop Francis is heading down right now. Had an incident there and ran into the great Adam Klein. I'm sure he remembers that, and went off wide to the right side, and the game disqualified me for cutting the corner. So there's little glitches here and there to be aware of, and just keep your car on the track, keep it in between the white lines, and you should have a good time. It's like Ranger's on a flyer here. Let's hop on board with Ranger. Do it, Raz. Why don't you take us for a lap around Portimao and kind of describe what this track is like?
Well, I mean, for me, it's not for me, it's not my favourite track, but there's a few corners that are very tough. You get what I mean? Like turn 1, if you touch the yellow curb, it can send you flying. So you have to get that corner right. Turn 8, another hard corner in this track. Probably have to. I don't know really. You probably have to take your time for it. Don't hold on to the throttle. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of places here that really test your ability to get the power down, get the brakes in, and also I think turn 1 is just, I mean, it's just a, pardon my French, just a ballsy corner, because you have to really commit to it, and the more you commit, the more time you're going to find. Speaking of time, here comes Big Mama Frank and the McLaren, going to finish a lap. Let's see if he can move up the board. He does. He moves up to within a second of the pole. It's only P14.
Oh, sorry, you go.
No, I'll go ahead. You're good.
I've just watched Zebra Strike, first sector 1, fastest sector, I mean.
Zebra Strike
decent lap.
On a flyer here. He goes across the top of the hill there. It's turn 11, down the hill to turn 12, back up the hill to turn 13. Then you kind of do these two hairpins. You get a sector 2 time there? Did you see? Was it good?
Oh yeah, 100%. This is going to be top 5. I'd say you put another fastest sector in. Showing some good pace here.
He's going to go P2. Only 300th of a second off of Lenny for pole. So Zebra Strike's got some serious pace out here today as well in the Alpine.
100%.
Zebra Strike looking for his first win here in Division 2. Got on the podium once so far, but I'm sure he'd like to get a maiden win here, and he's showing he's got the pace in that Alpine. See what Prison Mike's up to here he's off of it as well. See if we can find someone on a flyer. I think the McLaren, Big Mama Frank, might be on another lap. No, he's coming into the pits. Let's see, maybe nope.
There's a few outlappers.
I think Lenny's going to go for a flyer here. Our pole sitter going to see if he can go even faster in the Haas. Looks nice and tight. He's through turns 1 and 2. Got a car getting out of his way right there. Even that little turn 4, that little left-hander up the hill is deceptive. You want to push hard through there. And he's going to purple sector 1. So Lenny on a flyer going even faster so far.
Showing some quality pace right now.
Through the notorious turn 8. Nice and clean on the steering inputs there.
Zebra Strike comes into the pits. I think Lenny is going even more quicker. There we go, fastest sector 2.
Lenny just putting that Haas to work. Heads through turn number 14. Now he's going to go down the hill and around the long sweeper of turn 15. Running the curb, going to keep it nice and tight on the inside, take the shortest line to the line, and he does break into the 16s with a 116.9. That's going to give him almost 3/10 over second place.
That was a good lap from Lenny. He showed the commitment there.
That's a very good lap.
3/10 off Zebra Strike. This is going to be some good qualifying. I mean, everyone's still out. There's only been one DNF.
Looks like Ranger just went purple in Sector 1, and the Williams. Ranger going to make a run for pole here. I think we got about 5 minutes left in the session. I can't tell because, oh, he just lost it. Ranger just goes around. The broadcaster curse has struck early. Goes purple Sector 1, then he loses it through turn 7 there, and he looks like he's beached it a little bit, but he's going to pick up and keep going.
Ooh.
So Ranger's going to have to give it another go. He's got time to get back into the pits, though, and make another run at it, though.
Buzzgod just went for a flying lap. I think it was last corner. He was 6/10 up, and he just invalidated.
Oh, no.
That could have put him around, like, P7, P6.
I'm genuinely amazed just how tight everyone is, and that shows you just, yeah, you gain a 10th or two. I mean, you gain 6/10, 5/10. That's going to move you very far up the order right now.
Mr. Sandunga, fastest sector 3.
Watching Mr. Sanguda. Sanguda goes P7. I'm looking at Razor in the McLaren right now, who just I swore I saw a purple Sector 1, but I am colorblind and it's not there anymore, so maybe I didn't. But he is he's on a flyer. Currently running P3, and he just invalidated through turn 11. Got a little greedy on the exit. So he's got to come back into the pits and
the Drip Israel on a flying lap. Hasn't put in a lap yet.
Well, Drip's going to do his first lap here. He is in the Alpha, or not the Alpha, what's that thing called? Alpha Tauri, that's what it's called. Such a good-looking race car. So Drip's going to work his way down the mini back straightaway here, down toward turn 5.
Decent Sector 1. As he's coming up to turn 7.
Let's see how he does turn 8. Little wide on the apex there. He couldn't quite make the corner, but he kept the speed up throughout. Flat out here through turn 9. Bring it back home around turn 11 there. Late apex, I love that corner. It's so fun to drive. And then you got 2 hairpins left here. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to go back to Siggy. He went 3/10 up on his first sector. This could be a really good lap for him. You know, he's P17.
Yeah, we know Siggy's faster than that. Yeah.
Oh, he's very fast.
Drip Israel goes 12th fastest.
Decent lap from him.
Let's look at where Siggy's at here. Siggy in the Alpine coming up to turn 13 and 14.
Lost a few temps out for that sector.
Late apex in turn 14 there as he heads down the hill. Keeping it nice and tight. He's going to run out on the exit, though. Oh, and he doesn't go much faster at all. And I think that's it. He's not going to have time to get around in his battery unless he just sacrifices this lap and runs another lap on lets his battery recharge. He's going to be starting from the back of the grid. That's surprising.
Yeah, you know, last few races, I think...
Oh! Josh Barnsley has crashed coming out of the pits. It's like he may have had an incident with...
Who is it?
With Snoop Francis. I don't know what happened there. His car is DNF'd on the front straightaway. Let's see if Lenny can see it here from the onboard. Yeah, look, it's sitting right on the... Oh, and that just killed Lenny's last lap. It's sitting right on the entry to turn 1. And it's still there, I believe. No, they just cleared it. That was strange.
Ruin a few people's laps, ain't it?
It got Lenny's. I know Lenny lost a lot of time right there. He's already he's out of it. Let's see what Ranger. It looked like, I think, from what we're hearing, Josh Barnsley had the pit assist on, and I think it just threw him right out in front of somebody. I don't know who it maybe, but threw him out in front of a car, and they connected, and he DNF'd, and Sid's out of the session.
Yeah.
I think he retired in the pits, though.
Technic Speedy coming up into Sector 2. I think he went like 2 temps up, Sector 1. Could be a decent lap for him.
Trying to remember who Technic Speedy is. Was that the Red Bull?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's Ethan Patel.
Yeah, so I think it is.
He's going up to turn 11 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just gone 2 temps up.
So 2 tenths will put him up into the top 5 if he can keep the pace up. As time runs out, hot laps will count.
Buzz got in Sector 3.
Watching Razor come around the final corner real quick. Let's see if Razor can improve out of P5. He does. He goes pole with a 16.8. Ethan Patel will be the next across the line. He's going to go P6. Let's see, next car across the line will be Buzzgod.
Oh, what a lap.
Buzzgod just clocked in with a 17.3. That's going to put him up there in 6th fastest. Next across the line would be Siggy, I believe. Look at that. Yeah, well, he's still going. No, he's not going to improve. He's just going to run those tires out. Let's see, the other Big Mama Frank might be the last one here. There's a few cars behind him.
Coming up to the last corner.
Big Mama Frank goes P15 with a 17.8. Is that, let's see, Alex? Where's Alex at?
The TTV.
P6, Brian Hackeman. Great lap from him in the Ferrari. And I think that's it. Yep. So Alex is coming into the pits. That will be our qualifying session. Razor pulling a lap out of the bag at the end with a 16.8. I gotta wonder if that incident with Josh Barnsley there just ruined Lenny's attempt at a pole lap at the very end, because he was on a flyer heading down that hill, and that Ferrari was parked right in the way, unfortunately.
I was just going to talk about that. You've got to feel for Lenny. Like, just going for his flyer and then turn 1, just that racing incident with Josh Barnsley. You've got to feel for him, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's nothing you can really do there. It's just bad luck, bad timing. That's racing sometimes, and you take what you can get other times. But here to look at our standings, Razor P1 picking up the pole, 16.8. Great lap out of the McLaren. Lenny P2 in the Haas. Ranger P3 in the Williams. Prism Mike P4. Zebra Strike P5. Brian Hackman down there in 6th place. Buzzgod 7th. Ethan Patel in 8th. Snoop Francis in 9th. And Mr. Sanguda down there in P10 in the Williams. So nice diverse field there, and manufacturers and nationalities and everything. So while we're getting ready for the race, let's go and take a look at our championship standings heading into this race. Our championship leader at this point is Ranger, 153 points. He's got about a 16-point advantage over Pylon, who I don't believe is actually... I don't know if
he's not
in the session. Yeah, he's not in the lap, so that's going to be half points for him at best. Ethan Patel, 6 points behind him down there in 3rd, and the Red Bull Razor P4. I think the top 4 still have a good shot at the championship here. I mean, 16 points is a lot for 2 races to go, but if something happens to Ranger and then Ethan Patel and Razor both get good finishes here, it's going to be anybody's race heading into the final race of the season.
Yeah. I mean, I think even Sid could even have a chance, you know? I mean, he's not that far off He's only like 40 points, not even that, 39 points off Ranger, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, one win could like help him out there.
So you get 25 points, I think, for winning the race. And unless they change that, I'm not sure. I think it's 25 points. So 2 wins from Sid could do a lot of good. Yeah, for sure. So let's jump.
Place. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I was jumping back in. Go ahead.
For first place, it's 35 points. Second, 28. Anything could happen. You know, it's gonna. I think it will come down to the last race in Singapore. You know.
It usually does here in ZRL. Let's take a look at the tire situation real quick. You got the top 10 on soft tires. That's what tires they qualified on. And then a nice mixture from there on down. Sid, you know, just talking about him a second ago. Josh Barnsley, Drip Israel, all on medium tires for the start. And you got a couple cars on softs. Cole Cummings, Domaman on medium. Siggy, Mr. Robot, NVA at the back. Looks like Big Mama Frank and Domaman may have actually touched under the safety car here. And that's going to put them on the grid. They can't warm their tires. So Domaman's going to have a really tough time on the start with medium tires that are ice cold. So just tiptoe your way through the few first corners there. And see what we can do. So who's your pick tonight, Brass?
Well, you know, I mean, this track's anything can happen for me. Like, I think with Razor and Lenny, whoever's got the better start will, I think, jump one of the cars, like one of each other in turn one, and I think there's a few contenders, you know, Zebra Strike. It could be anyone, like Joel from last night, P16 comes out with a win. Like, you know, anything could happen.
Could be. You're absolutely right. So we are the Zoom Racing League. It is Sunday night. We have 2 divisions of racing tonight. Division 2 starting right now. Division 1 starts at 10 o'clock tonight. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, turn the little bell on to get notifications. We're also doing a set of course of the league on Tuesday nights. So hop in. It's a good place to be. It's a lot of fun. If you're interested to join the league, come on in. But we are getting ready for racing here tonight. Round 9 from Portimao. Looks like all the drivers have found their spot on the grid. Here we go. Lights are coming online. There's 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. They're going to hold them for a second. It's lights out, and away we go. Razor versus Lenny off the grid. Let's see who gets the better jump. It looks like Razor's going to get a jump, and Lenny's going to keep the nose on the inside. Side by side through turn 1, they touch, and we got another Haas around. Prism Mike went around back in the back there. Looks like Razor's going to hold the lead heading into turn 2 and 3 here as they funnel and work their way up the back straightaway.
You know, Domin, man, he's had a quality to start. P17 to P10 already. Buzzgod stayed the same. Snoop Francis. You've got to feel bad. You've got to feel bad for like Prison Mike. We don't know what happened, but like, he might have to come in to change his wing. It looks like it.
We talked about how notorious turn 1 can be. It's a fast corner. It's not a corner that's very friendly to go single file through. We got a car around in the back. Prison Mike just having. Oh no, it's Brian Hackerman went around in the Ferrari.
Oh no.
In the back, and he's still trying to figure it out.
Oh, he's gone.
And he's disqualified. Just like we said, if you go off track here, it's easy to do. You just make one wrong move, and Hackerman is out of the race.
And Siggy's span. It looks like.
Oh no, Siggy went around as well. So he's going to have to make a recovery drive.
Alex already got a time penalty. Buzzgod in P5. He's had a great start as well.
Yeah, let's look at our standings here from the start to see how many positions up and down we've moved. So, oh no! Lenny's out of the race! Oh, Lenny just lost it coming out of turn 4. That's a virtual safety car. Looks like he got on the curb a little bit and just stuffed it right in the inside wall.
Oh, no.
But let's talk for a second. Like you said, Domin on those ice-cold medium tires is P5. What a start from him. I didn't see what happened, but, man, he made some moves, did he not?
Oh, I was watching I was watching him, and his start was quality. Like turn one, he just went through everyone, and I mean, he's even made like his own moves.
That's fantastic start from Dama Man. I mean, what a start! So virtual safety car, they're going to have to keep up to the Delta, but it should clear here in a few corners. Looks like Ethan Patel may have pitted under that. Got some fresh tires on the car. Let's see, depending on when the safety car clears, Razor might be able to hold his gap. He's got about a 1 second gap here when that DRS opens up, and Prism Mike got a drive through for speeding under the VSC. So Prism Mike's got to do a recovery drive here. Hope for a late safety car to get back in this. Dama Man just got a penalty for track limits already on lap 3.
I can't even blame was it Ethan Patel or Prism Mike for the drive-through. I've done that loads of times. Loss of concentration, ain't it?
Looks like Dama Man here. He's back underway, but he's got a little bit of a freight train here behind him. So I got to wonder if he can keep the pace in the Alpha Tauri after that great start.
Someone else that's made a good start, NVA, up to P11.
NVA and the Mercedes started dead last. He's up P11. That's another great start. Absolutely right. Some of these drivers working their way up through the field here. Let's jump back up front and let's see if DRS comes online this time. Give Ranger a chance to run after Razor. I'm going to try not to mix those names up here.
They are very similar.
DRS flap open for Ranger. Razor's going to cover the inside. He's going to juke back to the outside. Nothing's going to happen this time. Ranger slots in behind Razor. Going to have another DRS chance here at the top of the hill.
It looks like right now it's going to be a three-way fight for the win tonight, with Razor, Ranger, and Zebra Strike. I mean, also behind Zebra Strike, Buzzgod. He ain't that far, but...
Got a yellow in Sector 1. There's a... Is that Siggy? Siggy having issues again. Can't seem to figure that Alpine out tonight.
Still having problems from last night as well. Poor man.
Got yellow in Sector 2. That's Ethan Patel went around. Is it? No, I'm sorry. It's Cole Cummings. That's who it is. You're right.
Yeah, he's just spun around in that corner.
He's back underway.
Drip Israel with a 3-second penalty warning.
I mean, there's a lot of race strategy here in just managing those warnings, right? Because everyone's going to get them. It's a hard track not to get an off track just because it's so forgiving to want to run wide and use all that speed that you can, but getting less than the person behind you is the way to go if you can, and less than the person ahead of you is the way to go. It gets free positions at the end. So little DRS train up front. Nobody really made any moves that time by. Let's see. It looks like Sid just made a move on Dama Man. So
looks like Ranger can't pass Razor even with DRS. Could be a bit of a strategy. Yeah.
might
Did it
just
undercut? Never know.
Yeah, just settle in line, run some laps, get to the later phase of the race. Got some action here in the back. Got a Mercedes overtaking a Ferrari. That is NVA getting past Josh Barnes. The NVA up to 10th place now in that black Mercedes.
Domin Man has dropped a few positions, but he's going for a long race, ain't he? Starting on the mediums, probably. What do you think? Do you think it's a one-stop or two-stop game?
You know, I'm not sure. I think if safety cars permit, it'll be a two-stop race. If we don't have any safety cars, then you might want to run these soft tires as long as you can, put on the mediums and hope for a safety car. I think you're right on the edge of what's doable. I think it can be done, but it might be faster to go soft, medium, or soft, medium, soft, or any variation of that just to keep the pace up. But we've been seeing a lot of safety cars here. So it's easy to kind of bet on one of those and just go for a two-stop race. But I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen the Pirelli graphic yet, and I don't know what the tire wears are.
It looks like Domin Man might have some damage. He's just getting past. Just got passed by Mr. Sandunga, and now MVA's right on him, and he's just gone past him.
Yeah, Domin Man with a great start is now starting to kind of fall back a little bit. Now under threat from Josh Barnsley. Looks like it may have had something happen up front. Ranger dropped back to second here behind Razor. Razor's pulled out a gap, but Zebra Strike now is well within the gearbox and the slipstream of Ranger. And Ranger's not going to
get DRS.
Yeah, he's not going to get DRS this time. So let's hop on board with Zebra Strike and watch DRS in action here. If he can get the move done, he's going to keep to the left side. Ranger's going to go straight down the line here. Let's see if he's going to move to the inside, maybe go for a block. Here comes Zebra Strike. Ranger's going to hold to the left. Zebra Strike's going to dive up the inside. They're side by side through turn one. Look at Zebra Strike. Hold on. Zebra Strike gets the move. Ranger holding on the outside there. So a change of position for P2. Zebra Strike up to second place. But now Ranger's going to get DRS coming back. And Ranger just takes the move right back in the second DRS zone. So now they get to go around and do it again.
Oh, that was some clean racing for the boys there.
They're not even done. Yeah, they're still going. I think that was
curve there.
That's another
Zebra Strike.
Big place to make a move heading down through turn 7 like that.
You can brake that so heavily that I feel like you can actually like just dive on him in that corner. Oh, he just spun. Ranger's just spun into the wall.
Oh no, I didn't see it. I was watching somebody further back. Did he lose it coming out of on top of the hill there?
Yeah,
he's trying to get back on the track.
I just think he might have hit the throttle too hard, like maybe quick. He might have damage. I think he does have damage.
He's missing his whole front wing.
Yeah.
So Ranger goes from P3 to P14.
That sucks for the boy.
So he's going to have to pit and hope for another safety car to get back in this.
I mean, Buzzgod's now in P3 and he's catching up to Zebra Strike. He's now 1.7.
So Buzzgod's going to try to make a run up to the leaders here. Speaking of making a run up, Sid's up to P5 now, and then Alfa Romeo got past Big Mama Frank in the McLaren.
He's also showing some pace as well. Been a decent race so far, hasn't it? It's
been fairly clean. It's been fairly clean. We got some good gaps starting to build out here. It's going to be nice to watch, see if Buzzgod and Zebra Strike can run down Razor. Got a yellow in sector 2. Looks like it may be Alex in the Aston Martin has gone around. Yeah, he lost it coming out of turn 8. We're going to see a few incidents there tonight, I'm sure. It's a very easy corner to get wrong.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. Such a hard corner, you know.
Pick up the action here with Josh Barnsley trying to run down NVA. NVA up to 8th place now after starting dead last on the field. They're both going to get DRS down the front straightaway. Both of them have used a lot of their battery already, so there's not going to be any moves this time. Looks like Josh was thinking about a move right there, but thought better of it. Let's settle in behind the Mercedes here for another lap. Maybe get a second run down the DRS here on the back straightaway.
I'm just watching Razor right now. He just looks so comfortable with those tires. Like, just look. He's not like got any like wheel spin. He ain't got. He just looks so comfortable, you know. Still 2 seconds in front of Zebra Strike.
I'll tell you who's in a really good spot right now, though, is Sid down in P5 running those medium tires. We're probably going to see the leaders have to pit here in the next 4 or 5 laps would be my guess. And that's going to let him run maybe another 6, 7 laps after that and extend his stint. And man, look at Josh Barnsley doing everything he can. to get around NVA here, but he just can't get it done. It's like he saved some battery this lap, recharged his ERS a little bit. But NVA is going to get DRS again from Mr. Sanguda right above that. And Buzzguy just took P2, didn't he?
Yeah, but Zebra Strike's in the pits.
Oh, that's why. Zebra Strike trying for the undercut. Going to go with the medium tires.
I think that's a good choice, you know. Snoop Francis, he's been quite quiet, I think, but he's somehow in P3.
He's slowly working his way up there. Snoop Francis, another veteran driver here in ZRL. Man, Josh Barnsley just can't get that Ferrari around the Mercedes.
That was close there, Sid. Nearly lost it. I think Sid's got the chance to like go for it, you know. I mean,
he can push in a lot farther than everyone else. I mean, he's got the pace for sure. It'll be interesting to see how Zebra Strike, with the early pit stop, if the undercut works, where he comes out relative to the other drivers. Let's see if Ranger's going to react here. Our race leader coming through the final turn. Let's see if he's going to stay out. No, he's coming into the pits. So Razor into the pits. Is Buzzgod going to follow him?
He will.
But, yeah, Buzzgod's in. So both Aston Martin and McLaren both react to see Snoop Francis. Yep, all three leaders coming into the pits. Let's see where they come out relative to Zebra Strike.
I wonder if undercut will work. You know, I mean,
we're about to find out. Zebra Strike's coming through the final corner right now. You can see our leaders coming down pit road. Let's see where they come out. Razor's coming out of the pits. And Mr. Robot's going to go by. So Razor keeps the gap over Zebra Strike. Zebra Strike's going to slot in right behind right behind Razor. So he did. He took out about a second and a half of that lead. And now these two are nose to tail.
Buzzgod right behind his teammate now. Maybe some strategic moves so he doesn't get in the way of Buzzgod. Because, you know, Buzzgod's in a really good position, you know? I mean,
he's got fresh medium tires. After the pit stop cycles run out, he'll be back up in the top three again.
Ooh.
And his teammate does let him through in a very wide way.
I think he just lost the end at the back of the car.
Yeah, he's got them 10-lap-old soft tires. Speaking of 10-lap-old soft tires, NVA, same thing, coming through the final corner. We should expect him to come in. I don't think the mediums can go 23 laps. I mean, at this point, you're going to have to stop the second time. Yep, NVA is coming in.
Yeah, but the track's cold, you know, so, I mean, I'm not sure if that does anything, but I think they could last at least a lap 20, you know? Razor's probably like 10 seconds behind him.
So Razor makes the move past Mr. Robot. Look at Zebra trying to get right around him as well. Zebra and Mr. Robot going wheel to wheel through turn one. That's a very scary place to do an overtake. But they both made it through, and they're both holding about the same interval between each other as well.
I think for me, if Sid keeps Razor behind him till like lap 22, I think he's got a really good chance to win this tonight. I mean,
Sid can stretch it out. Yeah, 22. Yeah. I mean, you got to remember the guys that on the soft tires did their qualifying laps on those as well. Yeah. So Sid will be able to go a little bit deeper into this race, and right now he's got about a 4-second gap over Josh Barnsley. And then Damaman's back up there in third place after the pit stop cycles have gone through. Drip Israel up there in fourth place.
Mr. Robot with P7 on the medium tires. I don't think he has pitted yet. No, he ain't pitted. 11 laps old.
So we should start to see, we're going to get a good idea of how long those medium tires can last based on when anyone in the top four comes into the pits. That'll tell us when those tires are going to go off.
Yeah. Domin Man P3, the Drip Israel P4. He's also on the medium tires.
Zebra Strike is all over the back of Razor here. DRS flaps open for Zebra Strike. He's not going to make a move. Now, we saw the whole first stint how Zebra Strike worked his way up to P2. I think he's got a little bit of a faster car than Razor. The question is, will Razor be able to hold him off? We got a yellow in Sector 1. Was that Snoop Francis? No, it was the other Mercedes. It was NVA.
Oh, someone's just spun. Mr. Robot. Oh, no. It's that turn 8, like I said. It's just such a... You've just got to do the corner right. Like, if you muck it up, it just won't go well.
It's such a tough corner to navigate. So Razor and Zebra Strike have both caught the Drip Israel here. So they're going to get the toe down the front straightaway. May even go for the double overtake. Now, we've seen at this track how if you get toe from 2 cars, it's like a super toe. Look at Razor block the inside. You got to come back, cover the outside. He's going to make the move up the inside from Drip. And Drip's going to let Zebra Strike go through as well. So now Zebra Strike's all over the back Razor. What I was going to say, though, is if you get a double toe, you seem to get even more speed down the front straightaway. We've seen cars go 3 wide in the turn 1 before here, and it is insane. And I thought that's what was going to happen there for a second.
I don't know what the Drip Israel was doing there, you know. I mean, you're P6, and like you've got, I mean, yeah, like the tyres, like Razor and Zebra Strike's tyres are like much more better than him. But I think he just let them go, you know. Like, I don't think he actually really cared. If it was me, I would have maybe put a fight on. You know?
Maybe Drip thinking long term here. I mean, look at the pace. They're already almost a second down the road. On one hand, yeah, you don't want to lose the position, but on the other hand, you know, what are you fighting for here? It's not your race. You're not really racing them. So yeah, we'll see how Drip does at the end of this race. He's in a good position with medium tires here. If he can stretch those as far as he can into this race, but look at the pace difference between Razor, Zebra Strike, and how they are just working their way back up to Sid at this point. I mean, the interval from the leader down to those drivers is currently only 13 seconds. So yeah, Sid pits now. I mean, it's about a 25-second pit window here. I think maybe even a little bit longer.
Sid's pitted.
Sid.
Oh, no, he hasn't.
No,
Sorry,
he hasn't pitted. Yeah, but
I was going to say, because I'm watching Alex run out, still in the softs. 14 lap old softs.
He's trying to stretch it into a one-stopper for sure.
I don't know. I mean,
he's in a good position running P9 with him. If you could do one more pit stop, then you do see the fuel light on his car, though, so that's going to tell you that he's under-fueled the car, expecting safety cars, but hasn't got them yet.
I just think, you know, I think he's gone a bit too far for his tyres. You know, I think he should have maybe pitted like as soon Buzzgod, his teammate, passed him. Because then he's got fresher tyres. You know, I mean, it's just hard. You know,
run them to the tread shows, right? So run them to the cord show. Razor's already caught Diamond Man here. Razor Zebra Train here has already caught Diamond Man. I think we're going to see something similar to what we saw with Drip Israel. See how much of a fight Diamond Man's going to put up here. Diamond Man's going to hold the left side. Razor's going to get through. I don't know if Zebra's going to make it this time. Zebra's going to let Diamond Man take the apex. He might try to dive it under turn 3 here. No, he doesn't. Diamond Man runs a little bit deep on the worn tires. And Zebra's going to look up the inside of the contact, and Zebra goes around. He lights up the rear tires in frustration.
That really helps Buzzgod now with some points to his name. I mean, Sid and Josh Barnsley, I mean, I said 4 laps ago, like, if they can stretch their tyres out to lap 20, like, before Razor can get to him, I think, like, because Razor needs to pit again, don't he? They've all got to pit again. There's no way he can do it. Unless
I mean, we'll see how long Sid can stretch those tires out. So I think Razor pitted around, what was it, lap 10, I think? So if Sid can stretch those mediums out to lap
20, 22, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, let's say lap 20. Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt of the non-qualifying. If he stretches him out to lap 20, then I think he's in a great position to win this race, because then he's only got he ran 20 laps on the mediums, 13 laps on the softs, and then that's going to force Razor to react and run 23 laps on the medium tires, which may be more doable than 13 on the softs. I'm not sure. But we're right on that edge. I mean, depending if Sid can stretch this out to lap 2021, I think he'll be in a great position for a one-stop race here. Plus, if he gets any safety car, I mean, at this point, any safety car, you throw a set of medium tires on, you're done. Of course, Sid can't do that, though, because he started on the medium tires.
Yeah, I mean...
But Zebra Strike and Razor and those other drivers, BuzzGod, they will be able to do that. So you just got to play it out. Stretch it as long as you can.
I think Zebra Strike's, like... I feel bad for him now because he was doing so well just keeping behind Razor and just, you know, just making a move against Dominant Man at that corner. Like, you've got to be careful with these corners. These corners are really dangerous. Like, you know, you just got to be careful, I think.
I think there's a little bit of frustration there too. You know, in hindsight, you could say just wait till the next straightaway. You get DRS, make the move easier, but you know, you were held up through 2, 3, heading into 4. You want to get past. You're watching Razor get down the road. Went for a gap, and unfortunately the gap closed, and he paid the price. Now he's down there in P7.
I'm just looking at the fastest lap. Ethan Patel with 1 minute 19.5.
Not going to do a must good unless you get in the top 10, though, unfortunately.
Currently in P14. I think Alex is pitted as well.
Alex finally got off the soft tires. So he ran 14 lap on those tires, so maybe it is doable for Sid.
Oh, yeah.
So BuzzGod's coming up on Diamond Man now. Let's see if BuzzGod's going to be a little bit more selective in where he does the overtakes. He's going to go for it now. He gets a better exit out of turn 8. Down the hill around the outside through 9. Diamond Man's going to let him through.
He's just got the grip. He's just got the grip, don't he? Like,
he does.
You could tell from that.
Those medium tires.
Yeah.
Got the bite that he needs.
Really good race on tonight.
BuzzGod is going good. Razor's doing good. So BuzzGod's got about 3 seconds up the road to Razor. I mean, at this point, if Sid were to pit, let's pull the intervals back up to the leader now. If Sid were to pit, he would be about 13, 14 seconds behind Razor as Razor goes into the aging medium tires, and he will have soft tires. So,
yeah, but let's be honest, I don't think Razor can hold his mediums out till the end.
You know, another interesting storyline to watch here, BuzzGod, who's in a good spot like Razor is, BuzzGod's got his fuel light on. So again, no safety cars so far. BuzzGod has fueled his car expecting safety cars. So he may have to start saving fuel here. It's like Razor does not have that problem, so he may pull up the road a little bit. I'm kind of just scanning through the rest of our drivers here in the top 10. Snoop Francis also has his fuel light on.
So there's, what's his name? Ranger in P12.
Yeah.
10 lap old soft, so he's going to pit again.
So we're going to be in. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say we're entering lap 20 here. Sid's going to come on in the front straightaway. He'll be starting lap 20. He'll have to do 14 or 13 laps on the soft tires if he pits now, and he stays out.
You know, I'm just looking now, like Sid's keeping the pace with Razor. It's still 12.7 seconds.
That gap came down a little bit on the fresh softs when Razor came out of the pits, but you're right. I think Razor's kind of hit that crossover point where he's not gaining time.
Quicker,
he's not gaining any time. Sid's holding the gap, and if you're holding the gap, stay out, right? Just stay out as long as you can. If safety car comes out now, everyone's going to pit anyway. You'll get the soft tires to the end of the race. You'll be good to go. So Sid's in, like you said, a great position. The question I'll ask again is, I mean, can you make up? Especially now, if you pit now, the longer you go now, the less time you're giving yourself to make up the gap. I mean, can you make up 12, 13 seconds with 12, 13, 11 laps to go? I don't know. If I were Sid, I think now's the time to pit. Anybody in that top 4, well, top 3, and then Diamond Man down in 5th. I mean, now's the time to pit. So you give yourself a chance to run those leaders back down.
You know, I do agree with you there. I was just like thinking, oh yeah, if you don't pit, then it will stay in front of Razor, but then you've got to pit and like have a different set of tires. Like you can't stay out there.
Let's see if he pits this time by. He's gonna stay out again.
Oh, Buzzgod went on the grass there.
Buzzgod
just about held it.
Yeah, he lost a little bit of time to Razor right there, didn't he? And Sid's actually pulling away from Razor now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how he's doing it, man.
Sid is running an amazing race here on those medium tires.
He's 20 lap old mediums.
But let's give a tip of the cap to Josh Barnsley as well. I mean, Josh Barnsley up there, only 6 seconds behind Sid on the exact same strategy, making it work.
He is. I mean,
I think we finally had somebody pitted. Who was the other driver that was in the top 4 up there?
it was. Who was it?
I don't have my graphic. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it was Cole. Was it Cole Cummings? No, it was Drip Israel. Drip Israel was up there. He went to the soft tires. He's the first one to blink. He goes in. So let's see where Sid is. He going to pit this time by? If he pits now, that'll have to give him 12 laps to go. He stays out again. Sid's going to run those things until they explode. But why not? You're holding the gap. You're in a good position. If a safety car comes out now, you're fine. You work through the little trouble area of pace. Strategy's coming into your favor. It's a roll of the dice, and so far the dice are looking good for him.
Oh, 100%. I mean, he is my pick. Out of a bunch of them to win this.
Well, Josh Barnsley and Man both pitted as well. So Sid is the only driver left on those old medium tires at this point. Everyone else has come in. So I'm going to watch the gap between Josh Barnsley and Sid once Sid finally does pit.
It was already 6 seconds. I don't think it'll make some time up, but I don't think it'll make 6 seconds up unless Sid actually goes out to lap 30. I mean, come on, it's got 11 laps to go.
Well, look where Josh rejoined, too. Josh rejoined all the way down in 7th place. If Sid was 6 seconds ahead of him, that'll put him right around the same point as Snoop Francis coming out. Maybe between Snoop Francis and Mr. Sangota there. So, I mean, the Sid is still extending the gap to 2nd place. He's got to pit this time by. You got to think Alfa Romeo is going to say, pit, box. And there he comes. He's coming into the pits. Locking him up on the entry, slid him all the way in.
So close.
Didn't see any penalty come up, so let's see where he comes out.
To come ahead of Sid.
So that's going to put Razor into the lead. Let's see where Sid is going to rejoin. He's going to go to the soft tire as expected.
I mean, Buzzgod might even come second here, He's put a really good shift. Before the race, he kept going to me saying, "Oh, I haven't practiced this much on this track. I'm going to be so dog." Turns out, he's doing really good.
All right, so the race is now set. Sid is 11 seconds. That's about what we expected. 11 seconds back with 10 laps to go. Can he run down Zebra Strike, who's right ahead of him, Buzzgod and Razor? And he can Razor, Buzzgod, and Zebra Strike stretch those tires. 23 laps is what we said. About 22 laps is what Sid did. So now Razor, Buzzgod, and Zebra Strike got to show they can do the same thing. There's a yellow in Sector 1.
Sid is 10 seconds off to Razor.
The Drip Israel went around. Looks like he's going to rejoin safely here. No safety car. That worked out.
There's been no safety car, this whole race.
Just the one VSC for Lenny. That was it.
You've got to feel for Lenny. Put a really good qualifying, really good lap in. You've got to feel bad for him, man.
So Man on the fresh soft tires here, making a run at NVA on the used mediums.
I think Zebra Strike came into the pits.
Zebra Strike
laps in.
Did come into the pits. Maybe he was committed to the 2-stop like we talked about and did not want to stretch it out. He's going to go to the soft tires. That's right too. Remember, some of these guys may be on a 2-stop strategy, but we just saw Sid run those medium tires 23 laps. But of course, unless you have an engineer, you don't know that. You can't see that very well in the car.
No, yeah, 100%. Like, obviously you can ask Jeff how long their tyres have been up for and that, but I don't think that was the right call for Zebra Strike. Like,
Oh, and he's got a little contact with NVA. He rejoined right behind NVA in the Diamond Man scrap here, and him and NVA had a little contact coming out of turn 3 right there. He's going to look up the inside. NVA is going to give him a little bit of room, nothing more, and then work his way out. So Sid's going to take, or excuse me, Zebra Strike's going to take that position from NVA and start his drive back up toward the front. I'll tell you what, if I was a Division 1 driver right now, watching this stream, I would seriously consider that strategy that Sid just put in, because he is, look at the gap. Buzzgod's coming into the pits. Buzzgod's coming in. Yeah, he's already come into the pits. They're on the 2-stop strategy like we talked about. Sid's now at the P2, 8 seconds behind our race leader.
That's just open Sid up, like, you know. Like, Sid's obviously going to see him like 8 seconds behind him, and he's going to have a confidence. He's going to push his tyres till the end. Only 8 laps to go. I think he'll do it.
So we're going to keep an eye on the gap between Sid and Razor up front, as Josh Barnsley just gets past on the inside here of Snoop Francis. Josh Barnsley, again, the second driver on the same strategy as Sid here. He pitted 1 lap earlier, though, on those soft tires. Zebra Strike picking up a penalty. So let's take a look at the penalties real quick, because I think Buzzgod actually has a few.
He's got 3 seconds, I think.
So that may come into play at the end of the race. Diamond Man's got 6.
I mean, Zebra Strike in P7, Alex in P9. That's all right. MVA P8. He's had a good race so far. Ranger got really unlucky of one of the turns. Just lost it, I think. Siggy P17. It's not been his day. I mean, from what we saw yesterday, it weren't his day either. So it's just going to be one of those weeks where you come back, like, you have a break, the Christmas break, you come back next week and come back stronger.
Yeah, take the lessons learned that you can, figure out where you can improve, apply that at Singapore for the finale. Watching Cole Cummings here. Cole Cummings going to make a run on Alex down for P9. Cole with the DRS, not quite close enough to make the move.
Sid in 6 seconds.
You know, the gap's coming down about 1 second a lap at this point, so at that rate he will be able to catch him easily, and I'm going to assume with the DRS, hate to assume, but I mean, should be able to get by him pretty easily, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Ethan Patel just set a new fast lap, by the way, down in P15.
Josh Barnsley just got a 3-second time penalty. That could maybe help Snoop Francis. I mean, his tyres are like quite old, I think. 14 laps on mediums. I mean, Razor, 15 laps on mediums.
I mean, at this point, if you're Razor, you got to commit to the strategy. You got to just run those tires till the end. If you pit now, you're going to come out somewhere around P4, P5, and it wouldn't be worth it.
I just think Buzzgon and Zebra Strike picked the wrong strategy. You know, I would have ignored it. You know, I mean, they might not have seen it, but like Sid with 22 laps old mediums, I would have kept them, you know.
Cole Cummings get past Alex there for P9 and the Red Bull. Next car up the track will be NVA and the Mercedes.
He's been quite quiet, Cole Cummings.
Yeah, he's running the same strategy. Oh no, and a car goes around behind him. That was Alex, went off behind him.
Oh.
Got into the barrier a little bit, I think. Yeah, he broke his end plate on his front wing. So that's going to set him back a little bit.
If I was a D1 driver, I'd be careful around these corners.
Yeah, take note of the strategy. Take note of where the incidents are happening.
It looks like Alex might have some damage. I'm just watching him now. He just looks like he can't turn the car. Yeah,
there's a ghost car flying up on its Razor here. I don't know who that is. Might be Siggy, I guess. Yeah, Siggy's ghost is just hauling right now. So Razor's is actually going to give Razor a DRS though down this back straightaway.
Oh, the gap's 3.7 from Sid to Razor. This is going to be the last lap drama. You know,
I think he's going to. I really think he's going to get there before that. I mean, it's about a second a lap. He's closing on him.
You're just got to think about the dirty air when he gets into it, though. It might put up his performance. He's done such a great drive tonight.
And you remember also, we saw how Sid was closing up on the medium tires in the first stint. So the soft tires have a drop off as well. So I mean, Sid may be getting to that point on the soft tires. Remember that little crossover happened before? So we're gonna keep an eye on that gap. It's under 3 seconds now.
It's 2.7.
As Razor is battling it out with this. I don't know if it's a.
Alex just came to the pits.
I'm not sure if that's a ghost or if that's actually an AI driver.
What is Siggy?
The Siggy, yeah. I think Siggy's actually driving that car. And they're kind of towing each other around the track at this point.
I don't know why he's AI. Is it maybe because he's a lap down?
I believe so, yeah. I think if you're getting overtaken, it ghosts you if you get blue flags. But that's going to give, I mean, they're basically giving each other the tow here.
Let's go to Razor's partner, Big Mama Frank. He started at P15, only P11. He's been quite quiet, you know. I think yesterday he was quite good. I think.
Got a yellow in sector 1. Is that Diamond Man? No, that was the other Alpha Tower. That's the Drip Israel. Just struggling ever since he's doing great up until the pit stop, and then ever since then he's just been struggling on those soft tires. Broke his end plate, got the pit again. It's unfortunate for Drip.
There's a few people that you've got to feel sorry for. I mean, I keep saying it, but it's just such a hard track, you know. Like, you've just got to get used to it. Like, I bet some people are like, oh yeah, I know how to do this track. Like, I know all the corners and it's going to be fine. But really, you really need to know and learn the track. Like, with every single driver.
Razor getting the slipstream here, getting the benefit of the lap car ahead of him. And I think that, you know, the gap is slowing down. It's still coming down, but it's slowing down.
Just under 2 seconds.
I mean, Sid's getting a slipstream from a Aston Martin here. So they're both getting the benefit of the tow, but yeah, it's not. I mean, Sid's making it up really about sector 2 is where Sid's making up a lot of time here, it seems like. Got a yellow. Drip Israel is retired. Drip Israel looks like he may have retired in the pits, actually. Yeah. He retired in the pits. So 1.5 seconds is the gap.
1.3. Oh, what happened here? Right, Mr. Sandugo and Big Mama Frank having a little fight. As Mr. Sandunja is going to get DRS on the straight, and he ain't going to get the move done unless he does some massive dive bomb, which he doesn't.
Of course, Sanguda on the medium tires, Frank on the soft tires.
Did 1.1 second.
So I would say he'll get DRS to help him, but I mean, their leader's getting DRS as well, so. But the gap is definitely closing.
It is. I mean, this is going to be an epic battle till the end. I mean, I've really enjoyed this race, you know.
This has been a great race. There'll be 2 laps to go, and they cross the line this time by. Sid is definitely within DRS range now of Razor, but again, Razor's already getting DRS from the back markers here.
I think Razor's tyres are just dropping off now.
But then Sid's
too hard.
Sid's probably are as well.
Yeah, I mean, 19 laps on mediums. I mean, you never know. I mean, I think Pylon's strategy, not Pylon, sorry, Razor. I think his strategy is just to stay behind Alex at the moment, like he's been doing with Siggy, so he can get DRS.
Well, it doesn't matter this time because I think Sid is going to be in the tow here and the DRS. Razor's going to empty the battery down the front straightaway here. Sid's just going to use the slipstream. Sid's saving his battery a little bit.
Oh, he's gone a bit deep there. He's lost some time from that.
2 laps to go. These back markers, I think, should really get out of the way here. I know they're ghosted, but still.
Yeah, but it looks like they're racing.
Are they racing each other? So that would be Siggy and Alex, right? Yeah. So those two are racing each other.
I should really get out of the way for me.
Alex just got out of the way. Siggy took the position. But
I don't think he's right, you know.
No, I mean you still got blue flag, and Alex goes around in the back, coming out of 8.
That's what I'm saying. It's not their AIs.
Yeah, Siggy should probably back out of it here. It's got to be distracting for Sid here to have an AI going through him at the apex. But we're coming up to the final lap of this Grand Prix. We have less than a second separating first and second. It's Razor on the used mediums versus Sid on the soft tires, not quite as used. Let's see what we can do. Sid's going to empty the battery. Here he goes. He's emptied the battery. Razor does not have DRS anymore. It's the move up the inside for the race lead on the final lap. Sid takes the position. Can Razor get him back? As they work their way one more time around this track. Sid with a big lockup into turn 3. Alex is DNF'd out of the race. Now Razor's going to have the DRS back up the back straightaway here into the hairpin.
I'm just commentating it, and it's getting really distracting that Siggy's still here.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that either, but I think Sid's already pulled out about a second here.
Yeah, he's done it.
If Sid can keep it on the track one more time for just a handful of corners more, he'll get his second win of the season.
If we go back to Snoop Francis, Buzzgod is right behind him, and Zebra Strike's right behind Buzzgod. This could be one little mistake can cost him.
So here we go, out of the final corner. He ran long in the first stint and made it work for his second win of the season. It's going to be Sid in the Alfa Romeo, your Portugal Grand Prix winner. Razor comes home in P2. Josh Barnsley in the Ferrari brings up a P3. Great drive for Josh.
Zebra Strike's going to get Buzzgod last lap.
Josh Barnsley picking up his first podium. And look at the race across the line for those two. Buzzgod just got him by 0.02 of a second. What a race.
They might look into that, you know. Buzzgod went into Zebra when he was going to go up, and he just hit him.
He hit him coming across the line? Or just slowing him down the straightaway?
Yeah, I think he slowed him down a bit. Like he had him behind him. He just came up out of nowhere, and I think Buzzgod just tried to defend and just hit him. His right wheel.
Yeah, Stewart's probably have to take a look at that after the session. But I'll tell you what, Sid picking up his second win of the season. Razor getting his third second place, could not hold on to the win and get his first win of the season. But how about Josh Barnsley picking up his first podium? Got P3. What a drive. Driver of the day, Diamond Man.
Oh, bloody
Great
hell.
job from him. Had a great start back then.
I mean, Josh Barnsley, what a job he's done, you know. He only pitted once, didn't he? He did it well.
Josh is on the same strategy as Sid, and it worked out great. So I think if you're a Division 1 driver, I would really look at the strategy here. Mediums to softs, or softs to mediums, because Razor was right there at the end as well, right? They were only within a second of each other. So one-stop race would be the way to go. Other drivers like Zebra Strike and things probably go back to their strategy guys and complain what the heck just happened. But let's take a look at the finishing order. It's going to be Sid, your winner of the Portugal Grand Prix. 2 seconds back was Razor. Josh Barnsley takes third, first podium of the season. Snoop Francis with a great drive in P4. Buzzgod brings it home in P7. Zebra Strike P6. Dama Man, driver of the day from P17 to P7. What a drive from him. Cole Cummings down in 8th. Ranger in 9th. Mr. Sanguda brings it in for the top 10. Ethan Patel got the fastest lap of the race down there in P14. All in all, a great race.
Yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed myself. Commentating with you. It's been good.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back anytime. If you want to do it again sometime, come back and do
100%,
it.
100%. I just think maybe Buzzgod and Zebra Strike could have been in the podiums today if they just didn't stop.
Let's go ahead and let's do some interviews here. We got Josh Barnsley.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Barnsley is in the chat and got his first podium of the season. What a drive. You made the mediums to soft strategy work. Josh, walk us through that race, man. It looked pretty awesome from your point of view.
Well, I was originally going to do medium, soft, but then Sid never pitted, so my engineers, Jack and Jason, they told me to stay out. So I went to, I think it was third, or I can't remember which lap I pitted. But so I went in and went on to softs, and it was just so fast. And near the end, I still had tons of grip. It was a perfect plan from them.
Man, that was a great drive. We saw, we were watching how Sid was kind of setting the, setting the pace for everybody there at the end, because he did make that one stop work. You were on the same strategy as him, just kind of holding up right behind him, and it worked out great for you. You got your first podium of the season, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really glad that it worked out. Sid and I both just ripped up the field, so I'm really happy with the finish. And yeah, definitely shout out to all the engineers, Brian, Jack, and Jason.
Awesome.
I couldn't have done it without them, for sure.
Awesome. Great drive, man. We'll see you at Singapore.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, let's get Razor in here. The man who went soft to medium, almost held on for the win, but just couldn't hold Sid off. Razor, what a race, brother.
Yeah, man, I'm just happy I finished the race because I wasn't supposed to do a one stop. Just as soon as I saw Sid doing one stop, I was forced to do one stop as well.
We were wondering about that because Sid, we were talking about it with Josh a second ago. He made the medium to soft strategy work, and you pitted about the same time that he pitted, like in the reverse order. You had the same lives on your mediums that he had on his at the end, and you guys were right neck and neck at the end of that race. But was your original strategy to be a two-stop like Zebra Strike and some of the other guys behind you?
Yeah, there was a two-stop for me, but I was like either pit for softs or mediums in the end and finish before, or stretch my mediums and try to finish P2 because I was really scared of getting a puncture. My left front was like 75%. I was really, really scared of getting a puncture in the end.
Man, you made those tires work. Great drive,
Yeah.
Great second place. I know you probably wanted your first win so bad, but just didn't work out for you. But no, the great drive and great job on that strategy, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right, let's get Sid in here, our race winner. Mr. Sid, congratulations on your second win of the season.
Thank you.
You set the pace and the strategy for a bunch of guys behind you with that call to go one stop, run the mediums until the cords were showing through, and then switch to the softs. Was that your strategy going in, or was that just an adaptive thing you did based on what everyone else is doing?
To be honest, I had no idea what the strategy was. I just saw my lap times were consistently like within 3/10 of my fastest lap, like all the way till the end, till I pit. So I thought that was the best move, to just do the one stop and hope that I can make up the time difference to Razor at the end with fresh tires.
Yeah, we were watching the gap. I mean, especially toward the end of your medium tire run, we were thinking that he's got to pit, but then you were pulling a gap actually on Razor, who...
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, what is going on? I thought he had wing damage or something, but I guess, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
It's all talent, man. You just pushed it through, but man, great job. Do you remember how much? I mean, how worn were your mediums at the end of that first stint? Do you remember?
They must have been like 60%, maybe.
Wow.
They're not too bad. I mean, they didn't feel bad. They were just slow.
Well, hey,
I wasn't worried about a puncture or anything. Yeah.
well, congratulations. That finish, is going to do some great work for you in the points. Both you and Razor are going to make a big gap there. I think Ethan and Pylon didn't make it. Ethan Patel had a 14th place finish, and I think Ranger was down near P12 or somewhere. So you're going to get a lot of points this week, and it's going to be a tight battle heading into Singapore next week, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it or not, but hopefully I can. Let's see.
Huge congratulations.
Thanks, man.
All right, Sid, we'll see you, brother.
See ya.
All right. That is about it. And, man, so, Raz, take us through, what do you think? Portugal Grand Prix, brother.
Well, when I was first thinking about it, I thought it's going to be one of those races where it'll just be safety car after safety car. But, I was completely wrong, I mean, there was not one safety car, there was one virtual safety car, but only ended like last lap, one lap, I mean. But, I had, like, when I saw Sid in the standings, I was like, I think this guy will, like, properly push for it, and it turns out he did. So huge congratulations for him. Exceptional drive from him.
Absolutely.
I think Zebra Strike really got unlucky. I think him and a few others just did the wrong. Like, I think they should have kept on the one stop and maybe defend. Like they could have defended against Josh Barnsley, because I think if Sid could have done those mediums in 20 laps or 23 laps, I think they could have as well.
It helps to have an engineer, and we heard I think it was Josh Barnsley say that he reacted because of the moves that the other drivers did. That visibility helps. So I enjoyed having you in the booth, man. We should do it again sometime.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Great job. Hang around tonight, guys. We got Division 1 kicking off at 10 o'clock tonight. It'll be me and Rebus in the booth tonight taking care of that. And if you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do it. That was a great race tonight from these drivers. Give them the support they deserve. Hit the subscribe button, and we will see you guys in about 35 minutes. Have a good night.